21 when I fell into the stairs in Houston. Thankfully, I didn't break anything or have any bone damage. It's mostly just a deep, serious contusion that I'll feel it for a while, but I can play, and I can't make it worse as long as I don't land on it again. Yeah, that was like a hairline fracture situation.
Yeah. How long do you expect this to? I mean, did it bother you tonight?
No, I didn't bother. I just aware of it, and I don't know how long it'll take. But as long as I feel like I did tonight and don't have any other incidences where I fall on it, I should be fine. Felt good. I mean, a week off is great in one aspect because you're rested, but the timing, the endurance of getting through your regular minutes, that was a little bit of a challenge. And, down the stretch, just trying to manage a game and not do anything crazy. So all in all, it was a great night. Obviously, nice to get the win. Second half was way better for our entire team. And, these are games you have to win.
How generally fresh, I guess physically and mentally, do you feel after that week off, or a real push here?
I felt good before it. I mean, I know there's all that talk with the volume or the load that I've been through, but physically I felt well and felt good, and I had some juice every night. Mentally, I was away for the team for like 3 days, which is kind of weird, but could fill the cup up a little bit, and then thought I was gonna play in Miami, and kind of went through the routine, but wasn't able to go through the game. So it was another 2 days to kind of get my mind right. And to your point, I think it should be a good run all the way to our last game. We got 9 games left, so we got to win as many as we can.
You like the looks that you guys got collectively tonight as a team from deep?
First half, I think we shot 28 threes. And we were talking in the locker room. I bet you 24 of them were good shots. And I think that's 3 games in a row where, as a team, we haven't shot the ball well, but we're creating, decent looks. So you can't get down on yourself. You can't start overthinking. And if you can continue to create those shots, keep shooting them. That's what we talk about. At the end of the day, like that's that joke about the make or miss league, like it really is. It comes down to that at a certain point. Miami had a kind of record-breaking, performance from 3, and those type of games when it happens against you, it's not great. But when you're going through a little struggle, a window where shots aren't falling, you have to do the other things to try to keep yourself in it, and then just make enough where you can get over the hump. And that's what tonight was about. But hopefully we shoot better as a whole moving forward.
What do you like about the 2-man game with Jonathan?
He's a force when he gets in the paint and get a mismatch or gets downhill. So if I can create some attention, like you say, get him in the pocket. He's really gotten better at seeing the angles in the lane. If he doesn't have anything getting off of it, and it's something we need to utilize, depending on matchups. I can get going off his pick and roll, or I can, get him in the pocket with an advantage and he can take over.
With the pelvic thing, do you feel it like when you lift, or is it an explosion thing, or side-to-side thing?
Pretty much everything. But again, it's not at a level where I'm out there worried about it, and as long as I don't fall on it, I'll be fine.
How far are you guys from being, Steve talked about tonight, was trying to get the rhythm back type of thing. How far are you guys from that offensive and defensive rhythm that you guys need to have going into the playoffs?
I don't know how to articulate that as more than kind of the other answer. We created really good shots, and none of them went in the first half. And there were a couple possessions where we had, a swing turnover, or we looked off somebody who was open. Like those type of plays are on top of not shooting the ball are tough to overcome. But I think our energy's good. We're, flying around. The last 2 games, Atlanta and Miami, there were, stretches where we were the more aggressive team. and more physical, and got back into games, even though offensively we were struggling. So if we can just keep that energy and that spirit about us, you have to believe the shots will fall, at a higher rate. And then that's when, the dam can open on the basketball we were playing during that 16-2 stretch.
There was no real movement in the standings tonight with you guys, the Clippers and the Wolves all won. Is that 6 seed still the goal, and how important would it be to avoid the play-in?
It's extremely important. Guarantee a series and you get a week off, so nobody wants to be in a play-in if you can control, the outcome. But I think we're past worrying about looking at the standings every night. It's just, win as many games as possible. Worry about each night as best as you can. It is fun to go back to your phone, look at the, around the league scores and see what's going on. But you can't obsess over that or put too much pressure on yourself. Just play basketball, develop good habits, and hopefully that takes care of itself.
Steph Curry, the leading scorer tonight with 23 points. And I was just wondering, what were you looking for when he came back tonight from his back injury? Because even you got an up-close look at him in Miami where they thought he was going to play.
Yeah, I was just really looking forward to how he's going to move, how he's going to handle pressure, how he would react to falls, things like that. And you bring up Miami. And yeah, that was obviously such a letdown loss. I would say an emotional letdown because of the hype, before the game, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
And the Warriors definitely did think going into the game that Steph Curry was most likely going to play. I think a lot of the players expected that. And when you see a late scratch like that, that's part of the emotional letdown too. Steph Curry went through practice with the Warriors in Miami. We saw him for about a few minutes after, going through shots. He looked really good, was moving around great. But then after, he had his own private workout behind closed doors, get the media out there, make sure that none of the students at that college were videoing or anything too.
Sure.
And Steve Kerr basically said that he had a movement really late in the workout where Steph was basically, that didn't feel right. And they know, for obviously, it's a weird balancing act right now where every win matters. He was just asked about the standings right there, of course.
Yeah.
They understand how tight everything is, but they also understand that if they really want to make this playoff push, they really want to have a chance at contention, you need Steph Curry as close to full strength as possible, which is why that 6th seed is so important to get that rest, right? So I think that's what I was looking for more than anything else, is how is he going to react to anything? How is he going to move? And so I thought overall that Steph Curry's game was even better than the numbers showed, because he had some missed shots at the end of the night, but his impact was still obviously felt.
Yeah, if they get the 6th seed, again, they would get about a week off, and you could see that come across Steph's face like, yes, oh my gosh, we need that. Encouraging to hear him say there was no bone damage in his back or tailbone, but he admitted he's sore, but it's something he can play through and something that won't get worse. So it sounds like for the next 9 games, Steph is going to be dealing with that stuff. And I was thinking, Steph did get a rest night. It was the game against the Bucks, but Steve Kerr said that was more mental.